All right. Welcome to the live. Matt Morris here. Today I'm going to be talking about your number one job as a professional network marketer. And so I'm going to hop into that in a minute. Before I do, let me know where you're tuning in from. As you hop on, let me know in the comments where you are. Give me your city, your state, your country. Let me know if you're watching this live or on the replay. If you are happening to see me for the first time, if you haven't seen me do a live before, let me know in the comments. Just drop a number 1 so we can welcome you to the broadcast. And if you do decide to share this and give some value to some others, just put the word shared, or let me know in the comments that you shared it. That way we can give you a shout out. And listen, if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter over at mattmorris.com, be sure and hop over there and put your name and email address in. I just sent out a killer email today. I read it and I was like, man, this is good stuff. I should charge for it, but I don't. So listen, let's talk about your number one job as a pro networker. And listen, we have a lot of jobs, a ton of different jobs. And in fact, there are about 6-7 key skills in network marketing. So we have the skill of finding people to talk to, generating leads. We have the skill of piquing interest and inviting them to see our products, our services, and opportunity. We have the skill of presenting. We have the skill of following up and closing. We have the skill of getting new reps started. We have the skill of training. We have the skill of promoting events. And I actually just did a leadership call earlier today where I talked about the value of promoting events. And so I want to talk about that a little bit because it is one of what I believe is one of the number one income producing activities as a leader. It's not your number one income producing activity if you don't have a team, because you got to create the team first before you can start promoting trainings and events and so forth. And so we're going to have a little conversation about this. And so listen, there's all these overarching things that we have as a responsibility. And so I like to simplify things. And if you were to boil it all down to one word, one thing that is our number one responsibility as a pro networker, it is this. It's to be a coach, which if you look at the word coach itself back in the horse-drawn buggy days, a coach is what takes you from where you are to where you want to be. And so our job, our responsibility, our calling is to take people from where they are to where they want to be. Now, listen, when I say this, this is very important. A lot of people, in fact, most people, if they knew what it took to get to where they want to be, they would already be there. Okay? And so don't be shy about stepping up and being a coach and being a leader and leading people. Because if you don't lead them, they can't lead themselves, because if they knew how to get to where they want to go, they'd already be there. So if you look at the great coaches in sports, they are typically not mamby-pamby, nice guy, soft all the time. They might build a lot of rapport. They might be likable people, but they coach, they lead. They're telling their players what to do. Now, I played sports growing up, and I always respected the hell out of my coaches. I always respected them, but I didn't always like them. And I will tell you, the leaders in my organization, they probably don't always like me. In fact, I did a call today, and I'm sure a lot of the people listening to me on the call may not have liked me so much on the call, but I was saying what was really important. And so listen, this is the whole thing, is you've got to focus obsessively on doing the right thing for them, not the right thing for you. And if you're focused on leading and doing what's right for you, then you're never going to rise to the level of leadership, because there's an inauthenticity that will, am I saying that right? That will show up. Okay. And so it starts from the very beginning. It starts in the enrollment process. And so if you're presenting your products, your services, your opportunity, let's say you're presenting your opportunity to someone, and they see it, they like it, they have big goals and dreams. In fact, you may even ask them, hey, where do you want to go in life? What are your goals? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? If you could have any situation that you wanted, what would it look like? And you pull that out of someone and they say, oh, I want to do this and I want to do this. I want to get financially free. I want to pay off my debt. I want to be able to send my kids on vacations and to private schools and all this kind of stuff, right? Now, if they knew how to do all that and achieve that goal, they'd already be doing it. So they need your help. And if you don't coach them and if you don't do what's best for them, they never get to their desired destination. So when I'm sitting down with someone and I identify their goals and they say, hey, I want to do this is my goal and all this. And I love the opportunity, but I don't have the money. I can't come up with the money. See, if I accept that excuse at face value, guess what happens? They never get to their intended goal. And so my goal is to do what's best for them. And what's best for them is to step up and be more powerful than they're being right now. And see, if they were being as powerful as they need to be, they'd already be at their intended destination or their desired destination, but they're not being that powerful. So it's my job as a coach to lead them to become more powerful. Now I'm saying, now I'll just give you a quick example. I like to validate the objection. I'll do another live on objection handling. I do have a masterclass. If you go to overcometheobjection.com, you can go there and it is the best objection handling in network marketing. I cover every major objection, how to overcome them, you name it. But I'm going to give you a little snippet here. So someone gives me that. I want to validate it. Listen, if I'm talking to Mary, be honest with me. Is it really that you don't have the money? Or is that just a polite way of saying, no, I'm cool either way. I just want to help you. And see, I've got zero emotional attachment. If she doesn't join, I feel bad for her. If she does join, I'm excited for her. But if she doesn't join, I'm going to go find someone else, right? No emotional attachment. Yes, no, no is totally cool with me. I just want to help her. And I want to lead her and coach her, because if she genuinely wants to get to her desired destination, that's my responsibility, is to coach her through it. So she says, no, I really just don't have the money. And I'm going to say something like, you know what? I'm glad you're in that mindset, because here's the reality. As you get started with me and you build an organization, in order for you to help a lot of other people, you're going to have to help them become more powerful than they are. And the fact that right now you don't have the money to get started, you're going to be able to share that experience with others and say, you know what? When I got started, I didn't have the money either. But I realized if I wanted to achieve my goals and dreams, I was going to have to be more powerful than I was being. And so I came up with the money in the next 24 hours. I got started and I've been able to build a big business. I'm living an incredible lifestyle, all because I decided to step up. So Mary, let me ask you a question. Are you powerful enough to come up with the money in the next 24 hours? And then I pause and wait. Now, when you ask a closing question, you zip your lips and you shut up and you wait. And so she's going to say one of two things. Yes, I am, or no, I'm not. If she says, no, I'm not, that's not the leader I'm looking for. See, I'm the president. I'm the CEO. I run my own enterprise. And if she's not powerful enough to come up with a few $100s to get started, that's not the person who is going to go build a dynasty with me. I'm looking for someone who's ready to go build a dynasty, to go change lives, to go, make a dent in the universe. And if she's not powerful enough to come up with a few $100s, she's not that one. And I'm not going to be rude. I'm going to say, cool, call me when you're ready. And I'm off. Like, I'm looking for someone who's ready to go move the earth. Okay. But when you say, are you powerful enough to come up with money in the next 24 hours? That's me leading. That's me being a coach. It's calling her to be more powerful than she is. What happens is, in many cases, they step up. They say, you know what? I am. And they're way more likely to come up with the money. Are they going to come up with the money every time? No, not at all. You can be the most powerful leader in the world. You're not going to get everyone who says they're going to do things to do the things they say they're going to do, right? But you're going to have a much higher percentage. And I've called her to step up into a new level of power. And this is how you help create leaders, is you push them to step up into a new level of leadership and power. And it's kind of like this, my mentor, when I was young in network marketing, I had my first success. I hated to speak in public. I never wanted to speak in public. I was the top earner in the area. I had the most people at our local meetings, but I never presented. I have people in my group who were presenting, but I wasn't presenting because I was afraid of speaking. And my mentor, my upline, pushed me. He said, next week you're presenting. There's 400 people. Are you kidding me? And I did it because I submitted to his coaching and I knew it would make me more powerful. See, he led me, he coached me, he pushed me to do it. And because he pushed me, it allowed me to step into a new level of power. See, our job as a coach is to help people step into a new level of power. Okay, so there's many, many times over the years, I've done the same thing with leaders in my organization. I've pushed them to present on our big Zoom call. I've pushed them to do a training on our big call before they were ready. Because if you wait for someone to be ready, you'll be waiting forever in many cases. And some people, like me, just need that extra push. I needed that push to step into the power. Now, when it comes to event promotion, as an example, if you accept someone's excuse for not attending an event, now, whatever company you're in, chances are you have virtual events. If you don't have virtual training events, then there are other virtual events that you should be promoting if your company doesn't do it. And that is going to be your number one income producing activity as a leader, is expanding people's thinking. How do you expand people's thinking? Is you immerse them in personal development. You have them reading books, listening to audios. You have them attending events. We have them investing in themselves so they can expand their thinking. What do I mean by expand their thinking? Expanding their level of belief, their belief in themselves, their belief in other people, their belief in network marketing, their belief in what's possible, their belief in what's possible in life. Because most people have lived their entire life at a level of possibility that is nowhere near their potential. Let me say that again. Most people have lived their entire life with a belief of a level of potential, of possibility that's nowhere close to their potential. And so that's our job, is to expand their thinking, expand their possibility. And the way we do that is through getting people around in the right environment, getting people to training events. And if you're not doing that, you're not showing up as a leader. And so if I have people in my group who are saying, oh, I don't have the money to go, if I accept that excuse, I accept their current lifestyle. If they accept their own excuse, they accept their current lifestyle. The only way for them to get to where they want to be is to step up into a new level of power. And it's our job as leaders is to coach them and push them and lead them to do it. So we need to be strong in that area and say, listen, Mary, tell me this, is you investing in coming to this event, is that going to move you closer to your goals or push you farther away from your goals? Be honest. Closer to my goals. Then let me ask you a question. Are you powerful enough to come up with the money for the training? And if it's hard to say no to that. If she says no, that's not the person who's going to go build a dynasty with me. I'm looking for the people who want to build a dynasty, who want to move the earth. So my friends, this is our job as leaders. It's to lead. It's to coach people. It's to have people step into a new level of power than they're used to. And if they stay in their current level of power, they will never arrive at their desired destination. This, my friends, is our number one job. And so listen, if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, hop over to mattmorris.com, put your name and email address in. You'll get my daily coaching emails delivered to your inbox. You will love them. And listen, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you do decide to give some value and share this with some others, let me know in the comments so I can give you a shout out. And let me know in the comments. I love going back and reading the comments later and just seeing and hearing what you got out of it. So give me a takeaway in the comments below. What did you get out of this? What was the number one takeaway? Looking forward to reading that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you lots.